Hey guys, just a heads up. We had a couple of little technical issues at the beginning of this podcast, so we're going to start a couple minutes in. But, just make sure you use promo code podcast and to get dollar tickets to come see Nate this weekend, Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th. So come check them out.
You know what it was? I just had too many tabs going on at once, and that's why I wasn't recording. And it might have been just because I knew I was going to interview you. There was a lot of redheaded porn going on, and I had to get rid of it. So
thanks for calling it redheaded. A lot of people would say ginger. And two, what are all
we don't
the tabs?
We don't allow hate speech at this pod.
Thank God. What are all the tabs? I see this sometimes. People have their phone and they do this 900 times, and you're like, who are you? What are all these things open? What was open on your computer?
Oh, it was basic. Email, in all seriousness, emails and too much other stuff going on. But I am somebody who, I go, why is this going so slow? And it'll be, and on the phone, I think I'm a very important person, and I need to make sure that I have access
to everything.
To all these things. What has been the feedback from the special?
The feedback's been good. It got reviewed by the New York Times. It was reviewed well. So far, it has just over 80,000 views on my YouTube, which is good because I'm not. There's like some YouTubers, right? They have like YouTube followings. They have like whatever. It's like, my name's Terry and I eat Jell-O, and then the whole thing is them eating Jell-O. But there's like 78 million people that watch this absolute psychopath suck down Jell-O for money. I don't have one of those channels. So the fact that 80,000 people have watched my special, I'm happy about. And yeah, man, people have been really liking it. All the comments and stuff, and again, the review of it, it's been good.
The Jell-O guy wants to try to do stand-up, and he'll get $20,000 budget and then go jump on a club. And for 80,000 for not also eating Jell-O in your spare time and clips is pretty good.
Yeah,
I would love if.
Go ahead.
I would love if this clip just got to that one Jell-O guy, because he exists,
right?
And he's just so upset. He's like, I thought you guys liked me.
There are documentaries about a man whose name I cannot think of right now, but he's one of those mukbang people. Which, first of all, it's a gross term, but second of all, it's where let's say you go to Burger King and you go, give me the menu, and then you put yourself in front of this and you eat all of it.
Oof.
This man, they have documentaries about this guy. I don't even know who he is, but I've watched one of these documentaries because it's so interesting. His brain is broken. He's now shattered himself in such a way he can no longer really be a member of society. However, he lives in a penthouse and he has a bunch of money. So I mean, you really gotta take your pick here. You do want to be a human being, or do you want to be a salt-filled monster filled with money and chicken fries?
And obviously, the fact that we're all on a video podcast, we're choosing the latter.
We're
choosing the latter.
Yeah.
Coming with the money.
The real documentary I want to see is of his plumber. That's the one that I want to see, is this poor guy who's putting his kids through college.
Oh, there's like a reel for that too. They always show dudes unplugging drains and shit. So
is there anything more satisfying than like a power washer or somebody who like cleans windows or something? Like, there is something very satisfying.
I'm not gonna lie to you. On my Xbox, I have a power wash simulator. I can sit there and power wash. I am so sad.
But let me ask you this: how dirty is your driveway?
Not very, because I'm like the old Italian grandpa. I'll be out there with my hose.
Okay, you will be, because I'm thinking I won't. Like, I'll do farming simulator, but I won't grow.
High socks, wife beater, hose, cigarette hanging out. My neighbors hate me.
Okay, and so once again, this Friday, this Saturday, we have the Nate MacIntosh here at the Syracuse Funny Bone here at Destiny Mall. Friday show is at 7:30. Saturday show at 7 o'clock. Tickets are still available. Go online, grab those tickets. He's a lot of fun. And when you come to Syracuse to see the show, you're coming from Binghamton, you're coming from Rochester, you're coming from Buffalo, stay at the A-Loft Hotel. It is just down the street. It is a fantastic place. They got a great bar, a great pool. You are are going to seem like a hot shot with your date because you're not driving there and driving back. You're going to be having a fun night and a fun weekend and all that stuff. So stay at the Aloft Hotel when you come and see Nate MacIntosh this weekend. Okay, so you are a New York City comic. How has the I guess we've been back to kind of full capacity for what would you say, a year now?
Oh, these in Syracuse this weekend. These are actually my first shows since the pandemic.
Really?
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave up for 2 years. See, I was one of those people. I watched the news and I was wearing 3 masks until this morning. Actually, until you guys asked me to do this. I had 2 masks over my eyes. I had a big mask over my face, and then I had like a big bag. I've had 9 boosters, and I'm ready to come out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me
You're coming
get
to
serious. I
Syracuse. You
apologize.
might want to get an extra booster.
The pandemic in New York was actually pretty. There was about 4 months, probably 5 months, where there were absolutely no shows, and then they started doing shows on rooftops in the park, all that sort of thing, and it was pretty great. And I don't know about you guys. I thought stand-up was fully dead in 2020. I was like, it is gone. It's never coming back. And the fact that it has come back is amazing. Yeah, I walked out of the Comedy Cellar on whatever that would have been, March 15th, 2020. And I remember thinking, well, that's that. And I was like, I guess I'll move back to Nova Scotia. I'll be a longshoreman.
I was going to say, do you have any other skills?
Brian, do I have other skills?
I have the pad here ready to go.
Yeah, no, I have other skills. So before I became a comedian, I was a doctor, and right after that, I was a lawyer, and then I went to space. I have 3 other full careers. No, there is not one other. I've thought about this since I definitely had time, obviously during the pandemic. Once you make bread and cry and get drunk, what the fuck else was there to do on a Tuesday?
Yeah, you got 22 hours left.
Yeah, exactly. I've thought about it. I look outside and I kind of laugh and I go, oh. Nah, man, no. Nope. Nah. But you know what's kind of funny now? Because robots are coming, it's almost like, who gives a anyway? You know what I mean? Whatever just about everything will be replaced with a robot, so man, order the Burger King menu and record yourself eating it.
Have you worked in Syracuse before?
I have. It's not my first show during the pandemic. I'm an idiot. And Syracuse, I've never been to. I just passed it the other day going to Buffalo.
That's actually our city motto.
Yeah,
hey, have fun in Buffalo.
Go Syracuse. Have fun in Buffalo. I've never actually been into Syracuse. No. What should I look forward to? Is this one of those cities? Because let's get serious here, guys. There are some horrifying American cities. Is Syracuse one of those?
No.
It's definitely not in the top 10.
Well, it depends on what for you, I mean, do you want to start your life here, or are you coming for the weekend? You know what I mean? Like, these are different questions.
It depends on how the
but
weekend
like, I'm
is.
from Rochester, which is just over, and forever we had the highest murder percentage per capita. We were sweet, you know what I mean? Like,
And they're moving here now.
that's true.
Can I ask you a question
no,
about Rochester?
Yeah.
Do you remember one Jim the Hammer Shapiro?
What am I, an asshole?
The Hammer. Oh, dude, he was on TV all over here too.
Okay, so when for whatever reason, Nova Scotia got Fox Rochester. That was one of the channels that we got.
Oh, and we would get some Canadian ones. Yes.
So, dude, the amount of times me and my brother, to this day, have laughed about Jim the Hammer Shapiro, 1-800-546-7777. Dude, those commercials were unbelievable. A fucking CGI hammer would smash a gavel. He would tell people that he's like, I can't bring you the people that hurt you. I can't bring you their severed heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
He was the original inspiration for January 6th.
Is he what? Is he dead? Is he still around? Like
I
what?
think he died. Wait, let's run. Just keep it going. I got to find out.
I need to know what happened to the hammer. I need to get this man because those commercials are just some of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
And
But he pulled it up, and I see the dude's face now, and I hear the voice. It's 1-800-546-7777. That's one. Yeah.
I
the
will
fact
hammer.
that he's still alive.
Hammer. I think they had to stop with all that. Like,
Yeah, you
having
can't
the
openly
nickname
say
stuff.
like I'm gonna sever the
Well,
prosecutor.
Well, we used to have a bunch of attorneys around here. They'd be like, who was it? Tom and the DWI guy, and like all that. I think they had to get rid of all the nicknames and stuff like that now. So,
But all the law firms now are like 555, 555, like a fake TV show. But I can still remember Celino and Barnes, injury attorney, call 454-2020.
yeah, I've never heard that one.
546-7777 has been in my head now for probably 30 years.
And I'm not even from Rochester.
I'm not even from Rochester. I'm not even from America. I'll do you one better.
Right?
I'm not even from the land of eagles. Somehow, Rochester, Fox Rochester was shown in Nova Scotia, man. And me and my brother have laughed about it forever and ever and ever.
Okay, so this is going to be. Okay, so you're on the road right now. How has the road been? Are you traveling with any comics you really like? Anything that's different about the road pre-COVID to after COVID? How's the road right now? I guess should have been my question.
How's the road right now? I mean, Brian, as one of the non-Jello eating members of this community, the road is. Here's two. One, it's great. It's great to be traveling around again, doing comedy, going to places I haven't been. It's amazing. I've been bringing some friends with me on the road, and that's been great. The other part of it, and maybe this is whatever. I don't know if you cut it out or whatever. It seems like after the pandemic, we are now in the be one of the Jello eating people. Online. You know what I mean? Just do it. Stop it. Stop trying to, but I want to do, shut up. Eat the Jello, scream into a camera, and people will come see you. Yep. You know what I mean? So that is a lot more pronounced after the pandemic, that aspect.
Do you feel like it's similar to, and then we'll get to some more shorter questions and games for social sound bites. Do you feel, because that's, again, what you just said is what I need to cut. Hey, you know what? We could have an in-depth talk about
next week. Our sponsor is Jello.
Yeah, our sponsor is Jello. But do you feel like it's that much different than, to be devil's advocate, of when back in the 70s when comics were working if they had a sitcom? If they had a character on a sitcom, people came to see that character, and she or he was a good stand-up, but was like, well, I'm on Taxi, that's why the crowd's here. Where now it's, I eat the Burger King menu, that's why the crowd's here, but I am a good comic.
Yeah, the best part about being a comedian today and in the 70s like I was, is I have that perspective.
I was going to say, when you travel, I just imagine you in like an old Dodge Charger, chain smoking.
Well, I've been cruising the countries now for 60 years. So, you know, I was, did you guys ever see The Founder? They don't show this in the movie, but I was with Michael Keaton's character, Ray Kroc, selling milkshake mixers before I started doing stand-up. I walked into a restaurant and I tried to sell a guy a milkshake mixer, and he laughed, and that's what got me on the road. All right, I'll stop rambling. I don't think you're wrong. I think that's like Kaufman dealt with that, right? People came to see him do latke, but he was like, "No, I do this." So yes, I think we're now in the years where people are kind of creating their own sitcom type thing, if you will. But a lot of it now seems to be like a lot of it is. There's great comedians who are bringing people out, and then there are people who people go to see just for like the personal appearance aspect of it. Because you hear stories all the time of people like, they book this person at a comedy club, the show was absolutely terrible, but the people are just excited to see the Jello eater.
Yeah, this poor Jello eater again. He's gonna sue.
But He's not going to see this. He's riding on a private jet full of Fabergé eggs. He doesn't have time to watch
True.
this. He's getting blown in Ibiza, for God's sake. He's not listening to this.
I mean, how different is that than Gallagher's act? Not to speak ill of the dead.
Well, he was smashed.
But how crazy is that? Gallagher's a pretty decent example. Gallagher was a very smart f***ing man. He had 14 specials, and honestly,
Yeah.
I've seen some parts of them, and you just go, I don't want to say that he was like, he was doing like Carlin-esque things at points, but what got people out? Smoking a watermelon into the, and then he kind of became, he almost like became like Ric Flair. He like became the gimmick, and now he is that constantly. But there was a point in time where he had some really good things.
I remember I was outside a Broadway comedy club, not to brag, and Gallagher was standing there, and he was smoking a cigarette, and it was just one of these innocent, kind moments. I don't think I was bugging him. I was like, "Hey, how'd your set go?" And like this and that. And he's like, "Oh, good, good." And he goes, "Let me give you some advice," which I did not prompt. He goes, "Don't sell your act to your brother." Because he had sold his act to his brother for years, and he was killing on it.
How funny is that? That's great advice. And his brother went by Gallagher too. That's so funny. Don't sell your act to your brother. The guy's eating a cigarette outside of Broadway.
Okay, but Nate, here's what I want to do. I'd like to get in a room with you and Josh, and we pitch the docu-series, 6 episodes on HBO, about the legal battle that was them exchanging the act to each other and a lawyer just going, okay, so for $10,000, he'll be able to smash the watermelon with or without a hammer. Can we say that for sure? Like, oh yeah. 15,000 includes the hammer.
The sledge-o-matic.
The creative art.
It's also funny to think that there's somebody in the crowd watching Gallagher too, and they find out it's not actually Gallagher by the way he smashes it. Like they go, no, Gallagher doesn't smash it like that, man. He's much more overhanded. This guy kind of came from the side and up.
It's like watching Cal Ripken versus Cal Ripken Jr. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got the name, but it's not the same guy.
But yeah, I guess you are right. There's always been other than a select few, there's always another thing that kind of gets people in the door.
Okay, real quick. I want to do can you do a quick 5 list, and then I'm going to kick it over to Josh, and then we'll kick you out of here.
Okay.
Quick 5 list, quick 1-word answers, or answer how you'd like to. Do you do any impression?
I love that. You're like, here are the rules of the game. This, or just do whatever you want.
You want to know what? Did you want an accurate description of Syracuse? That's it right there, my friend.
That's funny.
Here are the rules, or do whatever you want.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, it was great. Oh, and I love a story. Oh, yeah. Anyway, okay. Do you do any impressions?
No.
Okay. Any topics you won't talk about?
All of them.
All of them.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm going to do mime this weekend, if that's okay.
If you were to drop comedy and go over to a music profession, what musical genre would you practice?
Jazz.
Jazz. Okay. Any specific instrument?
Saxophone or the piano?
Oh my God.
Actually, both of them at the same time. I'm going to be the first guy that plays and somehow knees the piano. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Get good with the feet.
Just or play with the toes.
Yeah.
Motorcycle or moped?
Oh, God damn it. Where am I? Give me a location.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say motorcycle or moped. I'm going to try to keep it neutral. You are in France.
That's not neutral. That's moped all the way. Are you going to drive a big chopper through the streets of Paris?
Use fucking Americans.
Just this
With American flag, license plate.
I think I would go moped anyway, and people can make fun of me if they want. Motorcycle, look, motorcycles are too loud. Turn them down, I say. Turn them down.
Okay, and final question. What are your 3 favorite sports franchises?
Franchises. Oh, I guess.
Teams, I guess.
No, I get it. Go the Blue Jays. Probably the Canadians? I guess I'll say Raptors, man, even though whatever, Raptors.
Okay. Now, you get to manage one of those, but you got to kill one of them. It's the franchise is going to be eliminated. Which one are you going to manage, and which one gets dropped from the face of the earth?
Oh God, which of these do I want to manage? I mean, I'd like to manage the Blue Jays. I guess they got the best uniforms. They kick ass. I want to manage the Blue Jays. And then who has to die? The Canadians.
Sorry, that was such a comedian answer. You want to know who I like? The Blue Jays. They just look good.
They look great, and it's the only baseball team we got. And I do like baseball. Yeah, I guess and then I guess I'd have to kill the Raptors.
They're already extinct.
And they won.
You're not doing anything extra.
Funny.
That's why I'm on a comedy podcast, my friend.
That's funny.
Okay, Josh, kick it off.
What am I kicking? Oh
my God, the yes anding. I just need you to.
I just wrote with you. It's the highlight of my week.
Okay, wrap us up, and we'll let Nate go back to screaming out the window about robots.
Well, thanks for coming out and joining us today from the Stage Podcast. Just remember, you guys can catch Nate this weekend, April 28th and 29th, Friday and Saturday here at the Syracuse Funny Bone. Get your tickets now, SyracuseFunnyBone.com, man.
Nate, anything? Where can the people find you? Anything you want to plug one more time before we say bye?
All my social media stuff is at Nathan MacIntosh, NathanMacIntosh.com. And again, check out my just fell apart there. Check out my just fell apart. Check out my YouTube special called Money Never Wakes on YouTube. Nathan MacIntosh, Money Never Wakes. Check it out.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
All right, Nathan, thank you so much for jumping on with us. You're a real mensch, a gem, and a Canadian treasure. And we will see you this weekend.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you Friday.
Remember, this weekend you can see Nate MacIntosh at the Syracuse Funny Bone. Friday show at 7:30. Saturday show at 7. Go online for all ticket details and use that podcast ticket code to get $1 tickets. That's podcast for your ticket code to get $1 tickets.